Hello, Bailey. Welcome to Back to the City.
Hello, Simon. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Thank you, a much bigger thank you, for being involved in the benefit that we're running at the end of this month, on the 26th, for my friend, and our mutual friend actually, Lauren Smythe, who was diagnosed with fibromyalgia just at the end of last month and has been dealing with autoimmune diseases since she was 10 and is unable to work at the moment and is outside the cities with family. So we're going to try and raise as much money to help her as we can. I think you've played a show with Lauren before. Yes. That's how you met.
Yeah, we met, I want to say last year, maybe. It was a while ago, at Seward Cafe.
Mm-hmm. The music that we can hear in the background is all from Cave Cuts. How would you describe the music beyond Cave Cuts that people will hear on the 26th at Mortimer's?
Beyond Cave Cuts is much more genre fluid focused. So Cave Cuts kind of goes through individual songs in different moods, but
so fluidity between songs, but not so much within songs.
Within songs, we are experimenting more with just like switching up the vibe. The start might sound like a ballad, and then the middle might sound like funky. We've kind of refined our sound to be what 26 Bats is, which is like a blend of a lot, but it's like genre fluid, which is what I like. That's what I'm running with right now, but it's like punk jazz.
Yeah.
It
is a bit punkier, I
R&B,
think.
it's got alternative styles, like some ballad songs. I go places with it.
You do, yeah. You fly.
I fly away.
It was nice to see you on the Soundset bill this year. So in a hip hop context, was it around your birthday as well? And then you put out 26 Beats, your solo record as well. So could you talk a little bit about the experience of performing at Soundset, doing the beat set at Soundset? And to what extent, say, hip-hop in that context is informing your songwriting?
Yeah, well, Soundset was the most important 5-minute set of my life. One of the first times I've ever played my beats live for people, like an audience. So that was really special. It felt like a kind of milestone in my music stepping ladder that I'm climbing, because I started making music and performing music at the Fifth Element open mic.
Oh, really? So in a hip hop context?
In a hip hop context, because I just made beats on my laptop and I sang over them.
So when was that?
That was, I want to say 2013 through 2015.
Okay.
I was kind of riding that wave.
Had you met any of the Kremlin's crew at that point?
Yeah, well, 2013 is when I met Carl. And that's
Carl
when,
Reeves.
and he kind of taught me how to make beats, or inspired me to make beats, because I was watching him do music and I was like, oh, I can do that. So I got myself a laptop, and that's really when I started experimenting with different sounds and stuff, which is really fun, and that opened a lot of doors for me. So I started with Fifth Element, and I didn't really fit in with that scene. There's not a lot of non-men or queer people.
Sure.
It's not very diverse, and a lot of them are kind of just in it for popularity.
What was the catalyst then that led from freestyling at that open mic to having these songs that then eventually become Cave Cuts with the band?
I was playing with Carl and my friend Skylar, who goes by Make Belief. He's an electronic artist. He was we were playing some shows that I got because of the people I'd met at the Fifth Element open mics and stuff. I was this is okay. It wasn't feeling like what I wanted it to be, but we were 26 and the Bats at that time. We had one really good song that I still would be not embarrassed about.
What was its name?
Hazy.
Hazy, okay.
Yeah, there's a video out.
And you were 26 and they were the Bats.
Yeah,
is that correct?
That's the concept, I guess, of that.
So I suppose, I You must have been asked this many times, but why 26 then?
Why 26? Well, it's my birth date. It's that number that I see, and I am like reminded that home is everywhere I'm going, and we're kind of like in the matrix. It's like my little glitch in the matrix.
Okay,
like, it's
so
like,
you see
it's
this
my
number 26.
reminder to like ground.
Okay.
It's my little home reminder, like you're safe. So in ways,
It makes sense. So things are connected. Is that
yes,
correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like my reoccurring number.
Yeah.
When I first discovered that it was following me, it was like, I want to say when I was like around 15.
Okay.
I was in high school, and I was like kind of creeped out by it, and I was like, why is this number following me everywhere?
So
and
you just see it.
Yeah.
Like on posters, or
yeah,
like the bus would be number 26. Or,
yeah, and more or less I might have just been like noticing it more and like really seeing myself as a reflection in that number.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to celebrate it because I was noticing that it was kind of a good omen.
Oh, nice.
And so I decided to start celebrating every 26th of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I do now.
What do you generally do on the 26th?
I just try to charge my like atoms with positive energy.
Yes.
And I try to be extra, like focus on the gratitude for what I have, and be thankful, and just like, because kindness is free, just like focus on like giving kindness, because kindness is like, it is free. You don't have to be nice. Like Drake says, nice for what? But it's like also mean for what? Like you gotta have reasons to be mean. It's okay to be mean. I'm mean sometimes, but like 26 is like a day where I'm like, let's move past it, let's be positive, like let's kind of act brand new, but like also addressing, you know, how we can grow or whatever.
We'll catch you on top form then.
Yeah.
At Mortimer's.
Yeah,
on the
I'm so
26th.
excited to perform. We don't have shows a lot on the 26th, but that should be a thing.
Exactly.
It really should.
The way in which you were describing what happens on a monthly basis on the 26th, it makes me think of the final song on Cave Cuts, because it's called Phoenix, and you were saying that you
So glad you mentioned that song.
Yeah, and both Lauren and I have this thing about the Phoenix. We have a song that we sing together called Firebirds sometimes.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that's a happy coincidence. What is the significance of the Phoenix for you, and why does the album end with the Phoenix?
These are good questions, my friend. Phoenix is the rise from the ashes symbol. We all know. Flying is like an important thing for me.
Yeah.
Bats,
whether it's a bat or whether it's a phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I made a beat. I was living on the road, me, Carl, and my best friend Laura. We were living on the road selling tacos at music festivals.
Oh, nice. That's where you met Chavez, isn't it?
Yeah. We would make beats kind of along, like if we had a off day and we just stayed at a Motel 6 or something.
Sure.
And so I made the beat, the chord structure, whatever, for that song in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's why it's
in
called
the place
Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah. Later, I wrote lyrics to that beat that was like the lyrics that are in the song, which is like about rising and like rising away from like the ruins and looking down at them, and then noticing that like you're not your body anymore. You're like this,
you've
like,
moved on to this new life.
Yeah, you're flying. I definitely wrote those lyrics like after after going through a traumatic experience and then like rising from it. So that's a really powerful song to me. I decided to workshop it because I didn't want to be an electronic artist anymore. I started taking like jazz piano lessons, and I was like, I really want to be good at piano, and so I was like,
paid off.
Yeah, thank you. Wow. I still think I'm garbage, but like it means a lot that you say that. Yeah, but that song is the end of the album because I mean it's an album. I wouldn't even know. It's so far away from me. Like, I wrote those songs so long ago that it's like, I mean, I'm proud of it, but like, I don't think that highly of it.
It's not representative of what 26 Bats is in a live show
right
now.
Exactly. We do still play Teriyaki Sundress and Touch My Face though, because
don't ever stop playing those two.
You can't.
Yeah.
They're fun.
I hope you can.
that's the end because it's just kind of pulling away from that. And like Phoenix, the way that's written is like very much so genre fluid, and so it's kind of like turning the page almost. And I didn't really think of that when I put it in. I was just like, this is my favorite song on the album, so I'm putting it last because it's like
it's your favorite. You made
it. Yeah, it's like you made it to the end.
Will that ever re-emerge like the Phoenix from the ashes in a 26 pack set then, if it's the favorite song on the record?
No,
because you got so many other new songs.
Too many better songs.
Yeah.
That.
It's the old favorite.
But yeah, no, it's very special to me. It's special to my heart.
There's reference to intuition in that Phoenix song too, and initially misusing intuition.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so what is the significance of intuition to you? And in this context, I was surprised by misusing intuition.
Well, I have a very strong intuition, and misusing that would be like not using this strong, your intuition. Yeah. You have this thing, these things, you're acting naive to these things that you are
so you have this, and to misuse it would be to not use it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was, kind of hinting towards.
That's a nice seg to the song Edge of Life. What's the lyric?
Ajna, which is the third eye.
Ajna, the third eye. Yeah, exactly.
Above the Ajna is the crown chakra, which is like your infinite connection to, all things, all the particles, God,
all the 26s.
Whatever you want to call it, the universe. We got lots of names for it here. I mention my crown a lot in my music because in the meditation technique that I use, Kriya Yoga, there needs to be like constant focus on the crown chakra, just like the pinpoint right here, just to like go through the motions and keep it focused.
Yeah,
because like that's where your soul like lies.
It's also where the name Kremlins comes from. Creative emblems of a blue soul renaissance, with creative spelled Kriyative. So could you expand a bit more on the relationship between the Kriya yoga practices and the music of either Kremlins in general and or 26 Pets in particular?
Yeah, this is a good question. Kriya is like Kriya. It's to be present. When we play music together, we're being present. To me, my 26 bats, my musical expression, 26 being this like thing I find home in and grounding in, I kind of worship the number 26 in a way because of that. I celebrate every time I see it, I'm like, yay!
Yeah,
like,
what better thing to celebrate?
Like, given I play this little video game. I play a little video game in my head where whenever I see it, I like shoot it with my laser guns.
Oh, nice.
These are my laser guns. So I'm like, phew, and I get a high score if I get a lot in a row.
Nice. I need to develop some laser guns.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to think of life as a video game sometimes.
The 26s remind you that you're in the Matrix.
Exactly. And then bats are my little angels that follow me around. And
why do your angels take the form of bats?
Because they're misunderstood. They're creepy. I'm creepy.
You're a creative creep.
Yeah,
I've been informed by Instagram, I think.
That's my bio. They're weird. People don't like them initially. They're scared by them. I find myself being misunderstood a lot. I see a lot of attributes in them that I see in myself. Like I love their powers of like not being able to see, and like some of them can, but like the sonar powers is just like super inspiring, and like I'm kind of connected to that because I communicate and find out a lot about myself through like sonic experiences.
Oh, sure. Like for example, in the song Sonar Flow.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is the opening track.
To me, those are like both kind of like things I love, things I worship, things I think of spiritually.
The 26 in the band.
Yes, this is my, I'm like an anarchist, so I kind of like to invent my own gods. So like 26 Bats being my band name is like kind of committing that music to my higher self, my highest self. It's not, my solo music, which I don't really think that highly of, but I'll still put out, right? Like it's
like the 26 beats.
Yeah. Like my sad guitar songs that no one hears. That's my god. So the way that we think of like Kriya is Kriya Yoga specifically is like a very non-denominational way of meditating. It's just like a really efficient way to meditate, connect with yourself, become self-realized. That's the goal. It's not putting down any religion, but it's not like rooted in anything. It's very like accessible, I guess.
Becoming empowering, becoming oneself.
Yeah. And so the reason we have it as, you know, Cremblems, it stands for Creative Emblems of the Blue Soul Renaissance. That's a really powerful name because it's kind of like tapping into our higher selves, creating with that like inspired kind of high point of view where we're trying to grow and be self-realized. So I think having that intention to heal and empower, inspire, be self-realized, that is something we all put into our music, whether it's like obvious, which some of my songs, it's like, this is a love song to meditating, like, but like some people are more like, this is a love song, and that's because we love, like love is good. We can worship that. So it's kind of like open-ended with the Cremblems Collective, but I think we can all agree that when we play music, we are present in our high self. We're creating, and creative energy is so sacred. So it's kind of like I can't speak for everyone in the collective, but that's definitely my spirituality. It's like rooted in music. Like my connection to like my higher self is through music. And so like that's my interpretation of why I have the band name, you know, Be My Special Things. It's my personal special things. Like ask anyone in my high school years, and they're like, yeah, but Bailey's obsessed with like the number 26 in bats. They would give me gifts and they would know what to give me, because if it was something like bat related, I would love it. Like I'm a simple person. I'm very obvious with what I love. And it's that. So I was like, I'm gonna make this my band name because it's what I love, and music is love. So like
that must be pleasant for your high school friends to see Bailey in their elements.
I don't talk to a lot of them anymore, but you know, every now and then, because like the tree branches out, but every now and then we'll check in with each other, and it's sweet. There's sweetness.
In this song Oscillate, there is in the background Kriya. What is the significance of the idea of oscillation, and how does that relate to this refrain?
It might be a Gemini thing. I'm a Gemini, and so I have the ability to kind of see both sides and or all sides. So I have this kind of issue, I guess, with like making up my mind, but it's also a superpower because I do get to see a lot of perspectives. But the oscillation is kind of going back and forth, because that song specifically is about like getting out of like my winter sadness, my SAD. And so that is specifically like oscillating, and like I know how to get out of this. I have the tools, which is like meditation for me, and knowing that and then not doing it. And so it's like, it's kind of this constant struggle though. It's not just in the winter, it's like an everyday thing. It's like, okay, I have the tools to have a really good day or whatever.
Why am I not utilizing them?
And my mind still is like trying to sabotage my success.
Misusing intuition again.
Yes, it's a reoccurring theme in my life. I mean, I wrote a song recently that was like, the lyrics are, love I normally give away, I'm a show to myself today.
Oh, nice.
I know I'm okay. And that repeats. Because it's just like, it's good to say, I know I'm okay.
It is good to say that.
And then say like, it's just like, that song that's specifically about self-care, and so, because I know that like, you for example, you're a very giving person. Love I normally give away, I need to show to myself, because like, if you're not showing yourself love, it's going to make it really hard to continue
to be able to
being a beacon, you know? So it's like, to be that, you have to be this as well. And like, you have to have space for both. So that's what that mantra is about. And I just think, I think mantras in music are really powerful, even if it's not like a chant that is like not like a Sanskrit chant. It doesn't have to be that. Like, that's why I love Lizzo so much. She puts a lot of really positive affirmations in her pop music, and I think that is so important for people to digest and then have stuck in their head.
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling good as hell, and that's stuck in my head. And so, maybe it's just the tune that first gets stuck in my head, but then I have these positive words
Precisely.
completely going through me, and that's how we can exist and survive and feel okay. So I get inspired from Lizzo a lot in that way. Yeah,
in that particular way.
My solo stuff is kind of like sad, whatever, in the moment music, but like I really care about 26 Bats music, so I want to like put in healing intentions. And so that means to me putting positive messages in and, you know, talking about my experiences, but also saying how I grew and or like using certain words as like spells to grow. So
It's spells to grow.
Yes. There's a song called Spell that I wrote. This is the song Spell. I will build a fire in the mist of Zion, which means like even in like this misty like Zion can be many things. Zion is like a beautiful nature park that I've been to in Arizona, but it also is like this magical place
In Phoenix, perhaps.
Yeah. So I'll build the fire. I'll ignite this like thing, even if it's like a damp environment. And then I'll build a fire in the midst of Zion. Eyes of pride relied on all your fake diamonds. So eyes of pride being the ego, relying on someone's fake diamonds, which is like ingenuine like love. Eyes decide to pry on all your laced ions.
Some good rhyming there.
Yeah, that's a lot of good rhyming and a lot of like things I'm yet to discover the meaning of. When I do rhyme schemes such as that, a lot of my lyricism is like intuitive. And so in that moment, I might not be like scheming like this is exactly what it means, but later on I might feel it in a very powerful way.
Is that song in your current set?
No, that's the song where I play electric guitar and I'm like, I'm not confident in playing electric guitar.
But there will be 26 Bats songs with you playing electric guitar.
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm working on so much music. I wish I could talk about it, but I can't. We're doing more studio stuff, so like synths, fun synth stuff. Warren has like a little micro brute toy that has...
Warren Fancy.
Yes, Warren Thomas Fancy, the boy, the drummer. Yeah, so we've been playing with that. We've been playing with a lot of, with Warren specifically, he's so good at percussion that we've been doing a lot of additional percussion layers and stuff. Really having cool textures sonically, and that's fun.
So you're in the studio now? Or you have recently been in the studio?
Yep. We've been working on,
Which studio?
For one of the things that we're doing two things at once. That's all I'm going to say.
Just 26 Bats, even just 26 Bats
Solely
is doing 2 things.
26 Bats is doing 2 things at once. One of the things we're doing is with Christian Wheeler, our bassist, who also does a lot of the recording for Crumplums. Most of the recording.
Yeah, all of Cave Cuts, for example.
Yes, he did that. So we're doing it with him in his basement. And then also at the studio called Woodgrain with Medium Zach. He's helping produce what we're working on.
Nice. Okay. This other thing, this more secretive thing, perhaps.
You'll hear that first.
Okay.
You'll hear the thing with Medium Zach, first, which is really exciting stuff.
So something that has, of course, been released a while ago is the video to Touch My Face, which is playing on the green screen. Playing on the green screen right now.
Hi, Destiny.
As we've established, that's still in the 26 Bats set and is very much at home there.
Yeah, that's
with all the 26s.
That's the last song we always do.
That always closes the set.
It very rarely doesn't.
Yeah, I think
it's
every
a banger.
time. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And I kind of do the thing to my voice where I make it like, like.
Right. So it has to be at the end.
So it's hard to recover from that.
What was the genesis of this song? Perhaps specifically sonically, because it sounds quite
sonically, Carl Remus put his fingers on my beautiful Nord.
Yeah.
And just put a lot of weird effects on it. It was I think it's a flute sound, like sample, but he just has like a ton of effects on it, and he just started like playing this like chord progression.
Yeah.
Kind of as a joke. But like this is what happens in our basement. And right away Warren jumps on it and just creates this really amazing feel.
Yeah.
And since we're all like being present, that's when, you know, I come in on the vocals.
Did you have lyrics already, or you just improvised?
I had the chorus kind of right away.
My body, your body.
Yeah.
I never meant to hurt nobody.
It has that different feel of like kind of a grungy like trip hop thing going on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Which I really like. That was really fun to create. And live we've like spiced it up to be like more punk sounding, which is really fun.
Yeah.
When I hear the atmosphere of the song, when I was like writing it, I was like, this takes me to a very specific location in my like brain. I grew up with a cemetery in my backyard. So the cemetery, it's the cemetery in my backyard after like real wet rain. Okay, just follow me.
Yeah, no, I'm there with you in the cemetery.
Yes, and there's like kind of, I guess, Corpse Bride-y people. There's like two Corpse Bride-y looking like zombie.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, and it's a good sexy time with those two zombies.
Oh, nice.
So it's about zombie sex. I'm only half kidding. Yeah.
So that's where you're going to transport us at the end of the benefit to this
on the 26th of July.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
we're going to go on a journey to a cemetery, and we're going to have a sexy time with some corpse bride zombies.
Yes. Just let's go on a journey together to this damp cemetery of zombies.
And make a fire in the damp context.
Yes.
Like in the song
Spell.
Cast a spell. Well, maybe speaking of journeys, maybe have we arrived at the end of this journey?
Yes.
We are at the end of the journey.
We made it.
Here we are.
Yeah.
We time travelled to the end of the journey.
Yeah. I feel like Toad from Mario Kart.
Yeah! Oh, great. Yeah. I love Toad from Mario Kart. I'm Yoshi.
Toad is my character. You're definitely Yoshi.
I would be Toad. How am I definitely Yoshi?
You're just adorable.
Oh, that's nice. Yoshi goes, wah, or something like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I don't play with Yoshi, I'm sorry.
Thank you for enjoying 26 Minutes with 26 Pets. We'll see you on the 26th at Mortimer's for Back to the City's Benefit for Lawrence Smythe, with Mark Moorman as the host, and Taki Annie, and 10 songwriters who are good friends of Lauren and mine who play at Motor Eye, and many, 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 many other things.
It's gonna be amazing.
Including DJ Rushin, who also performed a beat set at Sunset.
Yeah, on the big friend stage.
On the big friend stage.
So cool.
So we'll see you there.
Come
Thank you very
hi.
much for taking this journey with us.
Bye.
From Yoshi and Toad.